Barry, thanks for taking time to meet with me at NFV World Congress here in San Jose. Can you give me a perspective on what you're seeing in your customer base with respect to this pivot from really what I'll call POC trials into commercial deployments?
Yeah, I mean, look, in the network, everybody's going to be testing this technology and the changes, new VNFs running on standard NFV infrastructure. But what I'm starting to see is carriers now looking at opportunities to implement virtualization through increased capacity. So let's take the opportunity now to introduce virtualization. Then they need to now look at hybrid environments, etc. So we're starting to see real deployments with virtualized assets in the offering, but in most cases they're in some form of hybrid model. So we're going into commercial deployment. What I'm seeing is a number of carriers looking at doing some overlays where they're picking a service, putting an entire virtualized infrastructure in place and running, for instance, an end-to-end service without doing any integration except at the radio.
Right. And what are you seeing in terms of the biggest challenges for operators as they make this transition?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not that difficult to really consider moving a node or a gateway from a tightly coupled hardware and software to a software running on COTS-based infrastructure.
Right.
To implement it and do it and have it work, and it's kind of good enough. Where I think the challenge is going forward is going to be around orchestration. If you get this service orchestration thing, then it becomes more dynamic. And if you now can start to implement both physical and virtual technology in a more dynamic manner, then we can start to drive cost really out of our system.
Okay. And with that in mind, Oracle has a very broad portfolio. You've got capabilities across a wide spectrum. Where do you see your strengths in the marketplace versus some of your competitors?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've got any number of virtual network functions today. We made some major acquisitions 2 or 3 years ago now with the acquisitions of Tekelec and Acme, so we understand the network. But to be honest, if this thing's going to fly, you've got to align your business and your business orchestration with your network and your network orchestration. So the work and the assets and the effort that we've been doing with people like Telemanagement Forum and with the Etsy Working Group around the intersection of the business and the network, particularly around this service orchestration, that's the enabler that's really going to make NFV fly for everyone, we believe. And we've got some assets there I think that's as good or better than anybody.
Okay. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.